Hello and welcome to this video about on-page SEO. Today we're going to be covering on-page SEO and how you can become a master in this very quick video. We're going to be keeping this extremely basic, extremely simple. At the end of this, you are literally going to be an on-page SEO master and you are going to know how to do it more effectively than anybody else because you're going to understand the core aspects of on-page SEO. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. Let's talk about the 4 main pillars of on-page SEO. So before we get into this, I just want to sidetrack a little bit. I want to talk about something else. So I want to talk about understanding the algorithm. Now, if you were to sit down and actually try to analyze what the algorithm is, you would spend probably months, maybe years trying to figure it out. So I'm going to put it very basic, very simply in this video. I want to keep this video extremely short. So in order for you to understand anything, or for you to understand anyone, you need to put yourself in its place or in its shoes. So let's pretend for a second that you're the algorithm, right? Bear with me for a second because at the end of this is going to make complete sense. So let's say you leave the house one day. Bear in mind, you're pretending to be the algorithm right now. Let's say you leave the house one day, you walk to the bus stop, and when you're at the bus stop, you notice that across the street, a new burger joint has opened up. Now, this burger joint's name is called Joe's Burgers. Now, let me ask you this. On a scale of 1 to 10, or how likely do you think the chances are that Joe's Burgers sells burgers? What do you think the percentage is? Do you think it's 10% likely that they sell burgers? Do you think it's 40%? Do you think it's 60%? Do you think it's 80%? Or do you think it's closer to 100%? So why is this important? Well, because if you're an algorithm, you don't have emotions. An algorithm doesn't have emotions. It makes logical decisions. It reads. If you read Joe's Burgers, chances are in your mind you've registered that place sells burgers, right? So with that all being said, the algorithm doesn't have emotions. It makes decisions based on logic, and it reads. So the 4 main pillars of on-page SEO are the following. Number 1, these are in order of most importance to least importance. So having your main keyword that you want to rank for in either in your domain or your URL. What does this mean? For example, our old website, tiptopseoagency.com. The reason why I started that website was because I wanted to get it ranked on page 1 as quickly as possible. Now, obviously, later on, I realized that you can only expand so far with that brand name. So I decided to change the brand name to clicks from search. So why did I bring up that example? tiptopseoagency.com. It contains the words SEO agency in the domain name. So it was much easier for me to get on page 1. Like I'm going to be showing you in a bit, they were extremely uncompetitive keywords. However, I literally became number 1 just by doing some on-page SEO and, building some links like we talked about last week. And they're not even links that are supposed to make you rank. It was purely off the on-page SEO. So you either need to have the keyword that you want to rank for in the domain name, or you need to have it in the URL. So for example, if we wanted to rank for London SEO agency, it would be clicksfromsearch.com/London SEO agency. We would have to have the keyword in the URL for us to rank because we don't have the keyword London SEO agency in our domain name. So the second thing that you need to focus on is the page title. Now, instead of actually going through this and sort of speaking about it, let me show you an example. I'm going to show you an example of on-page SEO done exactly in this way. And the main point of this video at the end you're going to see is that on-page SEO is important to a point, but the main things that you need to focus on to increase your SEO efforts is the traffic and the links that you build to your website. So let's move on to an example. I'm going to do this in real time right now. So if we search for Miami SEO, right? If we go on, so there's a bunch of results that come up. This search term has 2,400 searches a month. So it's definitely not an easy keyword to rank for. So let's go on the second result. This website is called Miami SEO. Now, it's got, think about it this way, right? This website looks terrible. But like we're going to be discussing later on page SEO isn't the main factor when it comes to ranking on Google. But I wanted to make this video quick so that you could master all the elements that are important so that you give yourself the best possible chance of everything else that you do working for you. So let's move on to this. So like we discussed, keyword in a domain, Miami SEO. For example, if this didn't have Miami SEO in the domain, it would be / Miami SEO. The page title, which is up here, because the brand name is Miami SEO, it's okay to have that your brand name as the first sort of keyword in your title. If it was something different, like, I don't know, bestmarketingcompany.com / Miami SEO, you wouldn't necessarily want to have Miami SEO on its own. I mean, you can do, but it would be better to mix it in with something else, like top Miami SEO, for example. So you'd want it to be slightly different just so you don't over optimize. And if we look at the third most important factor, which is the H tags, because they already have Miami SEO in the page title and they already have it in the domain, if they were to have it in the H1 tag as well, then at that point they would be over optimized. But if we take a look at this tag right here, well, let's just find it. Where is it? Alright, so if we take a look at the H2 tag, which is this one right here, we're going to see that it literally says Miami SEO in it. Now that's fine because it's a H2 tag and it's not a H1 tag. If this was put in the H1 tag as well, it would probably be over optimized, but it's put in the H2 tag with other words in front of it, so it's not, you know, directly saying Miami SEO in the H2. And then if we take a look at the fourth most important factor, it's content. So you can see content isn't really the most important factor. I mean, it's good because you want to have people to stay on the page. Like when people come onto this page, they probably leave like straight away. Like the bounce rates on this page is probably like through the roof. But the reason why it's ranking is because of links. That's literally it. And this is just a perfect example of how little you have to think about on-page SEO. I'm telling you, if you focus on these four main things and you get these down, like I just discussed, the rest of your SEO campaign's success will be determined by the other factors that we talked about. Like, for example, in our local SEO video. If you haven't seen our local SEO video, go and check that out, because it's going to give you the 3 main pillars of SEO. The 3 main pillars that make local SEO work. And those 3 main pillars apply to national and international websites as well. So yeah, go check that video out if you haven't seen it. So if we take a look at the content, right, the main keyword that this site is ranking for is Miami SEO, right? They're number 2. And look at how many times they've actually included Miami SEO in the content. So that's 1. That was a H2 tag. That's 2. So twice, literally 2 times within this whole article or this whole piece of content. So as you can see, when you have your main keyword in your domain or your URL, you have it in the page title, and then you have it at least in one of the H tags, you don't need to put it in your content like 10, 20 times. That's actually going to be bad for you. You're just going to be over optimized. So put it in, sprinkle it in there like once or twice. But like I discussed, the main 3 factors, or the main 3 factors would be from 2 to 1. Like as long as it's in a domain or URL or page title, you're good. And then the H1 or H2 tag plus the content is just a bonus. So yeah, just stick to this and you will literally have everything you need in terms of on-page SEO to rank. You don't need to focus on anything more than this. I'm telling you right now, focus on these 4 main pillars, and everything else you do, it can be a bonus. Like, of course, improve your page load speed. Of course, make sure that the content on the site is great. Maybe even add some images. You know, you want to add images because people like to see images. But I'm saying it doesn't matter. It's not needed to rank. It's good to have, and it can definitely increase your user experience. But don't think that all of these 100 different things that you can do are going to play the biggest part, because the biggest part that's going to be played is by these 4 main pillars here. So with that all being said, I want to thank you for watching this video. This was an on-page SEO guide, extremely simple with 4 main pillars. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got a lot out of it. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe for weekly videos every single Tuesday. My name is Volkan, the founder of Clicks from Search. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.